Welcome to the demo presentation for Ideolex. Before I get into what it is exactly or how it works, I'd like to make an assertion. An assertion related to the rise of the personal computer, which is that it was equally critical to the computer's success to reduce it from the size of an entire room to a more personal size, as it was to change the user interface from a code-based one to a graphic interface. The use of icons and sense of space allow the user to navigate the system more intuitively. I'd now like to make a second assertion, which is that legal documents, contracts, statutes, and other instruments are also written in a kind of code, a code which usually requires a lawyer or a judge to parse out. Professor Lawrence Lessig famously said that code is law, referring to the boundaries of cyberspace. Well, if code is law, and law is written in a kind of code, then why isn't there something like this in the legal space? That's where Ideolex comes in. Once finished, Ideolex will be a cloud-based software application that facilitates better understanding, editing, analysis, and presentation of legal documents by utilizing visual techniques and a graphic interface. That's what the lawyer in me wants to say. The designer in me would rather just show you that Ideolex is a program that will turn this into something like this, or even this. Essentially a graphic interface for legal code. I've built a wireframe prototype to demonstrate what the program might look like. The user would first have to create an account and sign in as they would with any other software program. They are then directed to a home page containing two icons. The first is a folder for full text documents the user can upload, and the second for individual provisions the user can upload separately. This user hasn't uploaded any documents yet, so we click Upload New Doc to browse the computer. Let's upload a non-disclosure agreement. The document now appears in the user's My Documents folder. And if we click the icon, we are brought to another screen where we can either view the full text of the document or create a visualization of the document by clicking the Create a Visualization button. We are then given a choice as to which form we'd like the visualization to take. Two drop-down menus allow the user to tell the program how the provisions of the document are organized, whether it be by number, letter, or Roman numeral. The program then creates an interactive visual map based on the user's inputs. Say the user then wants to compare this version with an updated version of the document. Once they've uploaded both documents, the program would be able to create a combined visualization to illustrate how the two versions differ. Whereas current methods of tracking changes can be confusing and messy, Ideolex will use a simple, color-coded system to show what changes have been made and in which provisions. The second main feature of the program is the Provisions folder, where users can upload and store individual provisions rather than full documents. Here, the user has uploaded 3 different versions of a non-competition provision, which could be color-coded for strength of language or bias towards one party or another. Some provisions, such as term and damages provisions, are particularly appropriate for Ideolex because they involve numbers, and are often much more effective when presented as a visualization or a chart rather than written text. This particular term provision was actually the subject of a $1 million lawsuit because the language was ambiguous. With Ideolex, such disputes could be avoided by creating and implementing a visualization of the text at the time the contract was formed. In this example, the user would simply input certain data points such as the start date, end date, termination, and notice requirements provided in the text. program would then create a simple, effective visualization of the text based on those data points, which could be included in the contract itself. Because sometimes when it comes to contracts, a picture is worth $1,000,000.